Nope, it's the same thing. We're gonna leave it where it is. We're gonna leave it where it is. Welcome to the Old Gods Meadery. Tonight we're gonna be racking some mead live. It's gonna be awesome. Hello, Saber. Welcome. It is good to see you. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Tonight we're racking this blood orange nettle and ginger mead. I can't wait to see what it looks like. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Who knows? We'll see here shortly. Hey, hello. Very good to see you. I know Dennis won't be here. It's a crapshoot if Scott's going to be here. Busiest guy I know. I don't know, but maybe we'll see him. It is his mead tonight, so we'll see. So yeah, if you're new, in about 14 minutes from now, we rearrange the camera, pop open this bucket that's just off camera here, and we're going to rack some mead. If you're unfamiliar with what mead is, it's the oldest alcoholic beverage in the world. Tonight we're going to be doing step 2 of my 3-step process of making it yourself. We're going to be racking it or transferring it from one vessel to the next. I'll explain it all in great detail when we get going. Everybody here knows the routine, so I'm not even going to go through it yet. We'll wait till everybody gets in. Hello, I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. Weather was beautiful here in slummy Maryland, but if you had to pick the weather here, I would pick what it was today. Hello. Don't forget to like and tell your thumbs hurt, especially on the TikTok side. That's what really helps out. Welcome to the Old Gods Meadery, where every single week I make a brand new batch of mead. Every single Saturday I come out with a brand new batch of mead with a recipe I've never made before. I have never, not one time, missed a Saturday, and I have never, not one time, replicated a recipe. Every single one is absolutely unique and brand new. Batch 160 comes out this coming weekend, and it's going to be your spring equinox need. Your spring equinox is tomorrow, so stay tuned. Your spring equinox mead comes out tomorrow. And in addition to that, every single Wednesday, I go live to show you a different side of the mead making process live. Tonight we're going to be racking. So step 2 of 3. A few weeks ago, we made this mead live. All these Wednesday meads are exclusive to Wednesdays and lives. So it should be a lot of fun. How hard was it get into selling mead? So I don't sell it. I'm not licensed to sell. What I do is show you how I make it every single week. So it's the next best thing. It's the next best thing. I can't sell it to you, but I can show you how I make it so you can replicate it yourself. But every single recipe is absolutely free. Every time I do a mead on Saturdays, I put the recipe free in the description. So all you have to do is buy your own equipment and your own ingredients, and you can follow along. Welcome to the best community ever. Welcome to the best community ever. Hey, Megan, good to see you. Good evening. Hello. I am simulcasting, so if you see me talking to somebody you don't see, they're on the other platform. Follow me on both, though. You guys know you know who they both are. You're not allowed to say it because then you get like censored. But you know the two big ones, the solo videos. Hello, Young. Good to see you. Welcome to the Old Gods Meadery. I got started a little bit later tonight. A little argument with my tripod. But in about 11 minutes from now, we're going to get started. I will rearrange the camera, and we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to rack some mead. The whole process will take less than 10 minutes. My main mission here is to show you the simplicity of mead making and how easy you can get into this amazing community and ancient hobby. So the whole process will take less than 10 minutes. Then I will rearrange the camera back to where it is now, and we will have one more drink together before I say goodnight. That way I can see what you guys thought, answer any questions that you may have, or take notes if you have questions that I can't answer. My tripod usually wins, Corey. Good evening. Good to see you. I am having a wonderful day. Thank you so much. Tonight I'm not making anything. I'm transferring it. A few weeks ago, we made this amazing, it's right off camera. You can see the edge of it right here. This amazing blood orange and nettle and ginger mead. And it is amazing. I hope. I don't know yet. But tonight we're going to rack it, which means I'm going to transfer it from its 2-gallon fermenting bucket to a 1-gallon glass carboy. And it should be A lot of fun. I'm hoping it's beautiful. If you don't know what blood oranges are, because I didn't until I got into this hobby, they are just like oranges. They're only available very short periods of the year, the very tail end of winter into early spring. You could probably get them in your grocery stores right now, but they're amazing. They look just like oranges on the outside until they get super ripe, and then the actual insides start bleeding through the skin. They taste very similar to oranges, but they're bright red on the inside. They call them blood oranges for that reason. And I made a mead out of it with some nettle, which is a dried flower, if I understand correctly. I was sent to my good buddy and mead mentor of mine, Scott. And then I added some ginger because I wanted to impress him. So stay tuned. We're going to be racking that here live in just under 10 minutes. So stay tuned. Like I said, the whole process will stick around. So if you only have time for that, you're only 19 minutes away from going to bed. I would appreciate you sticking around and sharing and telling all your friends. Hey. But that's up to you. If not, I will repost this video tomorrow. It'll auto-post on YouTube after it processes sometime this evening. And then tomorrow I will repost it tomorrow evening on the TikTok side. Because I save these videos, and well, this is actually the first batch I've done so. I will, when it's all said and done in a few months, post the full video, so it'll be around 30 minutes. Hello, Jen. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Happy Wednesday to you. It is hump day, and it's almost over, so we're technically way over the halfway point of this amazing week. The weather's turning. Spring equinox is tomorrow, if none of you know that. So, yeah. Goodbye, winter. Literally, goodbye, winter. We're done with it tonight. Thank goodness. Thank all the gods. I'm very happy about it. I don't like winter. I hate it. So tomorrow we're saying goodbye permanently. Well, actually, tonight. And tomorrow, spring. It's spring. Can't wait. I try to be nice to everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Is that a wig? You know what? I find that as a compliment. It's not. It's my actual hair. I'm growing it out. I'm growing it out. If you've seen any of my videos, you see it alter or evolve over the last few months. Great question. Hello and welcome to the Old Guys Meader. If you're just jumping in, we are going to be racking some mead live. And if you don't know what mead is, it's the oldest alcoholic beverage in the world, independently discovered by many different countries and cultures. The oldest evidence is actually from Africa, over 20,000 years ago. You don't know anything that's that old. Nothing. You don't know, you can't name one thing that's over 20,000 years old. There's also some evidence in China, about 10,000 years old, evidence in Central America, and of course Northern Europe, where the Vikings traded it, made it super famous, did it better than everybody else. But what that means is regardless of who you are or where you're from, your ancestors drank mead. And that's something we had in common. Welcome to the Old Gods Meadery, where I show you how to make the most simplistic versions as possible. So you're not intimidated by joining this amazing community and ancient hobby of making your own alcohol at home. It's going to be a lot of fun tonight. I'm going to show you step 2 of my 3-step process. Mead takes several months to make from beginning to end. A few weeks ago, we started this batch of mead. Today, we're going to be racking it, so transferring it over. And then its longest period of time is in its clarification phase, which is what we're going to start tonight. It'll sit here for a few months, and then it'll be ready to bottle at that point. It's going to be almost, it's going to be all awesome. It's going to be awesome. So I'm really hoping. I was reading hello Richard's comment as I was speaking. It's almost two-wheel time. Yes, it is. Yes, sir. It is. In fact, dayside, when I woke up this morning, it was 33 degrees. I knew it was going to get 70, but it was 33 when I started this morning. I was like, it's that time of year where it teases you. It is drinkable at any phase, actually. I would say historically, it's very likely that people drank it at this point. But we've evolved a little bit, and I can make a better product if you give me a little bit more time. The clarification process is where you can get something that you're going to see tonight. It's going to be very cloudy into something like this that's crystal clear. So stay tuned. I make a brand new batch of it every single Saturday. It's going to be awesome. 80 degrees, that's even better. I'm jealous. I'm super jealous. I would appreciate that, Young. Have a good evening. It was good to talk to you. Good night. Hello and welcome, welcome, welcome. We've got 5-minute warning here. We're gonna get started. It's gonna be a ton of fun. I can't wait. Oh, please don't be sorry. I appreciate you saying hello. Can you describe a young mead? That's a great question. I would say I'm not the right mead maker to ask because I make a brand new recipe every single Saturday, and I make it a point not to replicate recipes. So even if I find something good, I do not replicate that recipe. My gimmick here is making a new gallon every week, and yeah, I don't replicate stuff. I will tell you, I did do a series a while ago, and I probably will bring it back in the near future of aged mead. So I would take something that I've aged at least 6 months in the past, usually quite a bit longer, and try it on camera, make a video of it. My problem is memory. I don't remember exactly like taste palettes from that long ago to now. I could just tell you if I liked it now or didn't like it now. But there is an aging process. If you consider wines, red wines actually age really well. White wines become what they call fragile, which means it could break down and lose taste or change taste. I would say depending on what you put your mead in or what ingredients you put in your mead per batch depends on if it'll age well or not. But yeah, so I'm not the best person to ask that question to. I would say a vast majority of mead makers do age their things. And mine taste is different every week. So it's hard for me to answer that too. I hope I do too. Thank you so much. Keep liking everything you see. As a matter of fact, while we're on that note, it doesn't matter who the creator is. I mean, I really appreciate it. But if you see something you like on any platform, hit the like button. It's free for you. It helps the creator out more than you know and helps them get in the algorithm. It also helps your algorithm, so it starts finding like products to kind of put in your face. So it'll find stuff you like. If you really like it, hit the like button. That way, everybody wins. Everybody wins. I may have missed a question there. Batches. I have 6-gallon batch being made with 2 packs of yeast. It's not bubbling as much as previous. So I assume you're meaning the packets, right? I put in about half of one of those packets per gallon. It doesn't hurt to put a little bit more. I think 2 probably is a little bit light. If you're doing 6 gallons, you'd want at least 3 packs. Meat is great. We have something in common already, and you just got here. But I would say the common portion is 2.5 grams. Those little packets, if you're talking about the same ones I am, are yeast like wine packets of yeast. They're about 5 grams. You have a very first batch almost at the end of its first month. That's fantastic. Be patient. Be patient. It's gonna get there. Just started 3 weeks ago. Welcome to the most ancient hobby and best community in the world. Before we get started, because we're about to get started, everybody join the Discord. There's a Discord that my great buddy and mead mentor of mine, Scott, made. I have a link up in my profile. There's also a link in his if he happens to jump in here. This is his mead tonight that I made inspired by him. He sent me one of these ingredients, but I'll talk more about that as we get going. But it's a great place for mead makers to go of every skill level. If you're an expert, come there and share your knowledge. If you're a beginner, come there and safely ask questions. Nobody will give you a hard time like they do on some other platforms, Facebook. You can go and ask questions there. It's a plethora of mead information. He puts a lot of work into it, and I'm a big supporter of him. But there's like a yeast chart that has all the common yeasts, their temperature tolerances, their flavor palettes, even their alcohol tolerances. There's a commercial mead channel where you can go and see meaderies from all over the United States and have them ship mead straight to your house. Anytime he hears about a cool meadery, he adds it to that list. There's an equipment list of all the suggested equipment that he and I use. So Check it out. It's a great place. I do not sell any of my meads, but I do the next best thing, and I show you how to make them yourself. All you need is your own equipment and your own ingredients. All right. If you guys are ready, I'm seeing 9 o'clock. So what's going to happen? I'm going to rearrange camera. I'm going to introduce myself like you're not here. That's for the future you watching it, the replay of it, and also because I won't be able to read the comments. It's going to be a little bit too far away. I will introduce myself and what's going on tonight. Then I'm going to come grab the camera and show you what's inside. Then I'm going to put the camera back. We're going to rack the mead. I'm going to go through my regular commercials while we're doing that. Then I'm going to say goodbye when it's all over. It's going to be less than 10 minutes from now, so don't go anywhere. I'm going to say goodbye. That's not for you. That's for future you watching the replay. For you, that's you now, stay there. I'm going to rearrange camera back to where it is now because I want to see what you thought, how it went, and have one more drink with you before I go to Biddy Bye. So stay there. Don't go anywhere afterwards. I'm going to say goodbye. That's not for you. That's for future you, not you. Good? Everybody good? All right, let's rearrange camera. Let's get started. The first step is to try to center this and then have everybody argue if it's straight or not. I can tell you right now, I don't like it. I don't like it. But I did argue with my tripod beforehand. That might be straight enough. It might be. It's crooked. Saber, I don't trust you. Is it crooked? Now, I do trust you. That was a lie. I don't trust your levelness, though. It might. All right. I love you guys. I don't know if I told you that tonight. One more drink before we get started. Skull. I'll see you guys on the other side. Don't go anywhere afterward. All right. Welcome to the Old Guys Meadery. Tonight's a very special night. We're going to be racking this blood orange nettle and ginger mead. This was inspired by my good buddy and mead mentor of mine, Scott. He sent me this nettle, which I've never seen before. I'm sure you can order some. It's a like flower style, like dried, almost like an hibiscus, but it's brown. It smells wonderful. You can make teas out of it. So we made this a few weeks ago on one of these Wednesday lives, and it's going to be awesome. This is your Wednesday mead, and oh, it smells cool. I don't know what color it is though. Let me come grab the camera and show you. I'll let you take a ponder there. Look. All right. So that's where we're starting. If you don't know what mead is, it's the oldest alcoholic beverage in the world. I shouldn't go through the commercials while I'm centering stuff. And I make a brand new batch of it every single week. This is your blood orange, nettle, and ginger mead. I can't quite tell what the smell is. I'm going to get this going. So we made this a few weeks ago. Put all the ingredients in here, including the yeast. It fermented, bubbled like crazy. That means the yeast replicated, reproduced, ate all the sugars that were available in there until it hit its alcohol tolerance. Then it could no longer make any more alcohol, so the yeast then dies off, and we get this like flat stage. So what I'm going to do tonight is transfer it over into our 1 gallon glass carboy. So we're going to use this mini hand pump siphon and pump it a couple times. But because our bucket is raised above our carboy, gravity will do most of the work here. If there wasn't so much nettle, you probably should have used like a cloth bag, cheesecloth bag here. When I say you, as in me. Somebody should have reminded me to do that to control the nettle. But that's okay. There's got to be a lot in there. It'll settle to the bottom. It actually looks like it's pretty heavy already. So we're using this mini hand pump siphon to transfer mead from a 2 gallon fermenting bucket to our 1 gallon glass carboy. There, it'll sit for a few months. You'll see as this volume actually increases. It's going to be pretty cloudy still. We're going to let it sit for a few months, and eventually it'll become clear, like the rest of the mead you see here. That just means all of the stuff that was dissolved into the mead has settled and kind of settled to the bottom. So the nettle, all of the particles you can't see, there's dead yeast in there, all of that will settle, leaving just the crystal clear, crisp mead up top. But this is incredibly easy to do. If you're intimidated by mead making, don't. Give me a follow. I'll show you how to make a brand new batch of it every single Saturday. I am here making a brand new batch. I put out a video every Saturday morning that shows you from beginning to end how to make a brand new batch. Every single batch is a brand new recipe. I have never, since I've started this journey, replicated a recipe. Every single one is unique and brand new. Batch 160 comes out this Saturday, so stay tuned. It's your spring equinox mead. But just as an example, if you missed it, last week was our roasted malt mead. I'm sorry, that's 2 weeks ago. Last week was your Irish mule mead that we made for St. Patrick's Day. That was a lot of fun. It has some whiskey in it. Go back and see how I made it. And I do that every single Saturday. And I put every single recipe free in the description of the video. As you see, it's going a little bit slower than usual. That's mostly because this nettle is kind of clogging stuff up on either end. This mini hand pump siphon is great. It's very old. This is one of my first pieces of equipment that I owned. I have altered it a little bit. I have taken off the regulator on the tip side here. I don't like it. It makes it a little bit more difficult, especially when you're getting started mead making, and I don't think you need it. But as you see here, we're just about a fourth of the way through. If you don't know what mead is, it's the oldest alcoholic beverage in the world, independently discovered by many different countries and cultures. The oldest evidence is from Africa, over 20,000 years ago. Name one thing that's that old. You cannot. It might be the oldest thing in the world, but it's definitely the oldest alcoholic beverage in the world, far older than beer and far older than wine. There's also evidence in ancient China. There's evidence in ancient Central America, and of course, Northern Europe, where the Vikings traded and made it super famous. But what that means is, regardless of who you are or where you're from anywhere on the planet, somewhere in your lineage, somewhere, one of your ancestors drank some mead. And I think that's awesome. It's the most awesome quality that your ancestry has that I know about. That's for sure. And that means we have something in common. So we can be friends if you're a mead maker or you like drinking mead. Either one. Or you just like watching me make mead. That's also counts as being my friend. Welcome to the Old Gods Meadery. And I make a lot of it. Every single Saturday, a brand new batch. And then in addition to that, every single Wednesday, I go live like we are right now to show you different steps of the mead making process live. This is step 2 of 3. This is racking the mead. We're just going to have to kind of restart that every couple seconds here because that nettle is settling out a lot more than I thought was going to get into it. But that's okay. Like I said, this will definitely settle to the bottom as it clarifies. We're just got to be careful not to stir it around when we do go to bottle it. But in the meantime, if you're going to make this recipe, use like a mesh bag, like a cheesecloth for your nettle. Be smarter than me. Learn from my mistakes. But mead, by definition, is made in a very similar fashion as wine, except we use honey for the main fermentation process instead of grapes or other fruits. So the actual definition has to be 51% or more honey sugar sourced from honey. As you see, every combination exists in between. I make a brand new recipe every single Saturday. There's many right in front of you. I'm on batch 160. That's what comes out this Saturday. And that doesn't include these live batches, which I've also never replicated a recipe of. They're always a lot of fun. So give me a follow if you want to start making your own alcohol at home. It'll make it the coolest person in your groups of friends. Easy. You'll be the coolest person there. We're getting there. We're just over halfway, just about. And yeah, the bucket's looking sad. I really expected this to be like more of a red. The blood oranges are very, very red, and it's got a very similar color actually to like a strawberry. If you make a strawberry mead, so it's somewhere in between honey and strawberry. This one appears to be about that as well, in between blood orange and honey. It's like it's not quite a red, it's not quite a brown. It's like right in the middle of those. But that's right. I'm still very happy with it. I think I'm smelling the nettle. I think that's the smell. I don't really get any citrus. I'm not really getting any like honey, like sweetness. It's nettle. Maybe I put too much in. I don't know. I think I winged it. We'll have to go back and watch the video. In a few months, we'll be taking this batch once it settles, and we'll be bottling it on another Wednesday live. And at that point, I'll take all 3 videos and stitch them together so we have one from beginning to end video. It's the first time I've ever done it with this batch. And this is somewhere around batch 30 or so for our lives. So it's been a long time and overdue. It's overdue, I apologize, but now I've got it together. These Wednesday lives will make sense from week to week. So definitely join me every single Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am here showing you a step of the process. Last week we started a brand new batch of mead, a lemon lime mead with a twist. That was pretty awesome. I used lime juice, I used lemonade, I used limes. I even put a box of Airhead candies in it. Because why not? So go back and watch the replay from last week. And this week is step 2. We're racking some mead. We are getting there, almost there. I'm a little worried about that stall at the beginning. If it pushes over a 10-minute time period, we're going to be in trouble. Well, we'll be in trouble. Nobody will care. So, I appreciate you guys sticking around. Thank you so much. We're almost there for your patience. And then again, if you're actually live right now as I'm speaking, stick around. We're going to rearrange camera and have a good time afterwards. If you're watching the replay, please come back next Wednesday and every Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then 9 a.m. going forward every single Saturday, I'll show you a brand new batch of mead. This coming Saturday is your spring equinox mead. And I think you're going to like it. It's a more simplistic one, but it's going to be perfect for spring. You're going to love it. Very simplistic one that you'll be able to replicate incredibly easy at home. But all my batches you can make at home. Every ingredient that I use is accessible, whether it's grocery store or Amazon. You will be able to find everything that I use. All you gotta do is buy your own equipment and your own ingredients, and you can follow along. Every single recipe that I ever do is always in the description of those videos, so you can just replicate it yourself. The only thing I ask, your smiles. That's all I want. If you really want to support what I do, you can check out my Printify shop up in my profile. I do sell Mead t-shirts, and you can subscribe on TikTok. That gives you a chance to get your own mead. This one's going to go to my buddy Scott when it's all said and done. I'm going to tilt this just a little bit to see if I can get some more liquid there than nettle. It has slowed down there. I can see some nettle clogging up our straw there, but it's still moving. Way more nettle than I wanted to get in there, but again, it's fine. Don't worry. If you're going to do this, use a cheesecloth bag. We are almost there. I'm waiting for our mead to get to the bottom of that handle knuckle right there. That's about how much volume that is going to be left to fill it up right when I pull this out. Right to where we want to be there at the bottom. Good enough. All right, let's switch spots. And we're almost done. We're going to put this up here. Now we're going to add in our fermenting cap. There's a couple versions of this. This is a screw cap. These are the ones I prefer. There's also little like plugs or corks you can get in there with a hole in it. Then we're going to add in our 3-piece airlock. These are far superior to your S-shaped airlocks. These are easy to take apart and clean. We're going to add in a dab of water. That way if there's any fermentation left, if there's any yeast that still ferments in here, it will have plenty of room to still ferment. The carbon dioxide, it produces two things when it starts eating sugars. Carbon dioxide, which will safely leak out our airlock here and into the environment, and alcohol, which will stay in this bucket. Over time, in this glass carbide, over time this will settle, like I said, and become very clear. It actually is far more red now that I'm holding it up than I originally thought. I'm very excited about it. Thanks so much for watching your Old God's Meadery. A little bit of a time delay there, but outside of that, I think it went great. If you're live, like I said, stick around. I want to know what you thought. If you're not live, come back next Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys all next time. Skull! Every single Saturday, come check out a brand new mead. Woo! All right, we did it. Let's pull closer so you can see it closer, and so I can read. There we are. What do you guys think? I liked it. I liked it. Greetings, old guys. Hello. Good to see you. It does look good. Thank you so much. I'm pretty impressed. I thought it was going to be a little bit more brown as I was doing it. I wasn't super confident, but this is kind of closer to the red I wanted. Yeah, it is definitely more red up close. Yep, I agree. I agree. I can't wait to see how this turns out. It's going to be hard to predict. Hard to predict. It's going to end up. I'm predicting somewhere like a strawberry, so it's going to be in between. Um, I don't think I have a great example near me, but maybe. Yeah, I don't. Maybe something like this. That is an actual strawberry mead, and I don't think we're real far off there. This is obviously clear, but that is my epic strawberry mead, my batch 100. So I think we're going to be pretty close to that. That's my guess. Complete guess, though. Almost amber beer. Yeah, pretty close. And hello, Tula. Hello, hello. Backswing your apple pie mead. Excellent. Yeah, I definitely want to know here how it turns out. Hello, good evening. If you're just jumping in, what are you saying about tacos? Yesterday was taco day. Today, Wednesday, Wednesday. Your last batch wasn't good. That's okay. Most of my batches, that's not true. Most of mine are good or okay. Some batches are pretty terrible though. Wait until you see what's coming up. Like, I have some really terrible stuff in the pipeline. Really terrible stuff. Pine nettles? I don't know. Nettle. Yes, the plant nettle or whatever it is. Yes. Double tacos. Trial and error is all you can do. That's for sure. Nettle plant? Yeah, it's a nettle plant. I don't know. Scott sent it to me. I don't know what it is. I just trust him. It could be poison. I have no idea. But I can tell you, I'm pretty happy with the color. Pretty happy with the color. Yeah, that's a lot of things in one, but still should turn out okay. I would say peach is really difficult to work with. So peach I always exclude from other things. Pineapple's an incredibly strong or like potent flavor, so I try to segregate it from other fruits as well. They stick to your clothes. They stuck to the straw. I'm gonna have a lot of fun cleaning that in a few minutes. That's gonna be fun. Hello, if you guys are just jumping in, you're late. You missed it. We rocked this mead. Don't worry, I'll repost it. This is your blood orange, nettle, and ginger mead. Maybe it's too many ingredients. I don't know. We won't find out for another few months when we rack it. I mean, bottle it. I'm not looking forward to cleaning that bucket though. Not even in the slightest. Dennis did text me saying he wasn't gonna be able to make it. I don't know about Scott though. This is Scott's mead. I'm pretty offended. Pretty offended. Shirt and commercial. I just did the shirts. Buy a mead T-shirt. It's the same guys as always, but I appreciate it. And if you want to record my recipes or your own, don't forget to check out my mead journal. It is the only way to save your kin from the upcoming apocalypse. When the world ends, and it's going to, mead makers are going to be the richest people on the earth. It's just that simple. It's the easiest alcohol to make, the most ancient alcohol, which means if it's the first, it's going to be the last. And alcohol is going to be the number one trading source, without a doubt. It's going to be alcohol and bullets. That's it. If you don't have one of those two, you're going to die. I can save your future family. Buy my Mead journal. Record my recipes. Record your own recipes. There's even a spot in there for your friends to leave notes in. Then you pass this down to your children and their children's children until the world ends, and then they can replicate it and be rich. You're welcome. All it's going to cost you is $20 on Amazon for the hard copy, $10 for the soft copy. Soft copy won't last very long, so you're only saving a generation or two if you're going to do that. Buy the hard copy and save multiple generations. That was the best commercial I've ever done, I think. I felt that one like resonate. How to use wild yeast? Yeah, I'm unfamiliar with it, but outside of like sourdough, so I assume it'd be fine. Like you would just treat it like a regular yeast, and it would take off. Good job, thanks. I need like a pat on the head too. Good job. Good night, Corey. Thanks for stopping by. Mulberry maple syrup mead, aged in French oak. Now, that's fancy. That's really fancy. I don't make sourdough. I have been. I got caught in the sourdough TikTok though. That's all I'm gonna say. Maybe I have a future in making sourdough. I'm incredibly intrigued by it. And we have a good friend that makes it and offered to even assist. So it's just a matter of time, I think. It's a matter of time. The maple mead for the Irish breakfast. Yeah, we're probably caught in the same algorithm, Jen. Probably caught in the same algorithm. If I learn how to make it like relatively successfully, I'll make videos of it and post it right here. So I hope you do too, because I want to learn. Ginger talk. I like ginger talk. Ginger is in like what I put in this meat, or ginger is in like very pretty redheads. Bacon whiskey. That's my favorite. Bacon whiskey mead. That's one of my favorites. I made one for last Father's Day. Go back and watch it. Yeah, I think you're gonna love what I'm doing for this coming Father's Day, though. It's not bacon whiskey. Oh, so you know how to do it. Mm-mm-mm. I'm jealous. I'm jealous. Hello, if you're just jumping in, welcome to the Old Gods Meadery. Anything? I missed a question there. Any tips for someone that's homebrewed? I mean, that's what I do. Have fun. That's my have fun, because if you don't have fun, you're not gonna want to keep doing it. Nightmare. The only way I know is I think I have an email link to you can go to the old gods meadery dot I mean the old gods meadery at gmail .com. Or if you jump over to my TikTok, you can shoot me direct messages there. You can't do that on YouTube though. 100,000. That's a lot. I mean, gosh, we're at 11 now. You guys are so amazing. I don't deserve you. You're too nice to me. Let's do 12. Let's aim for 12. I would appreciate that. Second time making mead. Both carboys stop fermenting after 1.5 weeks. Hits like a truck. Okay, so what yeast did you use? What yeast are you using? Because I think that's probably the answer is probably in that answer. Hello and welcome to the Old Gods Meadery. I make a brand new batch of mead every single Saturday, and every Wednesday I show you a different step of that mead making process live. So come back every Wednesday, come back every Saturday to see a brand new batch. Oh yeah, sign up for my free newsletter. There's a link up on my profile. All you have to do is sign up. It's free. I'll shoot you a newsletter every single Sunday morning that has a little bit of recap of the previous week, a little bit of tease of the following week, and it'll have the recipe in printed form on that newsletter. Smelled like rotten eggs. So that's likely was contaminated. It likely it wasn't sealed correctly or tight, and you got some contamination in there. Make a bread out of the yeast that was in the mead. That is not a bad idea. I've never heard of doing that before. You do that? Yeah, that's an amazing idea. D47. So that's a pretty semi-sweet. So that's pretty fast. Um, okay, so yeah, if you're giving nutrients, that's probably what sped it up. If you just put D47 in there and let it ride, it'll take probably 3 weeks or 4 weeks, depending on temperature and some other variables. But yeah, that's pretty fast. But it probably had more to do with the nutrients. You just made your yeast really happy. Make sure everything that you is going to touch your meat in any portion of the process is sanitized. That's really important. If you're using a 2-gallon fermenting bucket, that's really easy to do because it's a bucket. They're easy to clean out and easy to sanitize. And then you have to make sure your lid is really tight if you're using a bucket. If you're using a glass carboy, same thing. Make sure the inside is incredibly sanitized. I prefer dry at the end as well, so you got to sanitize it like the day before. Um, and then that's including like if you use a screw cap or you use a plug or a cork, including your airlock. Everything has to be sanitized that's going to touch your meat. Another great person to watch though, if you follow Homebrew City. He's a good buddy, and he's a master brewer. He makes lots of beers and some meads as well. And he is literally like a scientist when it comes to the brewing process. And he teaches a lot of stuff like what smells mean and what looks mean. And he's an amazing, cool dude too. Check him out. I mean, I wish you were rich too. However, it's okay. Just watch my videos. I show you every Saturday. I show from beginning to end how to make it, and then every Wednesday I do that live. But thank you. I appreciate that so much. And it's free. Every video is free. The recipes are in the descriptions of the videos. It's really easy. You are going to mess up. That's part of the process. You need one of two things if you're going to be a mead maker, but you only need one of the two. You do not need both. The first one is patience. It takes a long time to make mead. My stuff, on average, is about 5 months to 6 months from beginning to end. If you don't have patience, you have to have the other thing, which is a lot of equipment. So you saw my 2-gallon fermenting bucket just a little while ago. I started with one of those and then 2 carboys. Over time, I've expanded my equipment, so now I can make a batch every single week. So the more carboys you have, your fermenting process takes usually between 2 and 4 weeks. You can rack it into your glass carboy, set it and forget it, and start a new batch in your bucket. That's what keeps me entertained, and it negates the patience. I don't need to wait for anything because I can set it and forget it and make something new while I'm waiting for that one. So that's my pro tip. If you really want to get into mead making, you have to have one of those two things. But that's all you need, just one of those two, and you'll be fine. Welcome to the Old Guys Meter. If you're just jumping in, you missed it. We just racked this blood orange, nettle, and ginger mead live. So I transferred it from my 2-gallon fermenting bucket to our 1-gallon glass carboy. Here it'll sit for a few months. The next time you'll see this mead is on another live on a Wednesday, just like now, where we'll be bottling this mead in about 3 to 4 months from now. Over time, this the sediment in here will drop to the bottom. All of the particles and the stuff that's currently dissolved in liquid will come out of solution and drop, leaving a clear and very drinkable mead up top. We'll transfer that into bottles in a few months, and then I'll try it on the live too and tell you what I think about it. Or both. Yeah, if you have both, that's even better. Yeah, that's why you should just make your own. Make your own, and then you save a lot of money. Red Bud Mead. Yeah, that sounds intriguing. That sounds intriguing. All right, guys, I'm having a ton of fun, but it's 9:30, and I gotta like at least 30 minutes worth of cleanup, and then I gotta go to bed and get up stupid early for work tomorrow. So, thank you so much for watching. I had a lot of fun. Like I said, you'll see this batch again in a few more months, but come back every Wednesday. It's a brand new portion of the mead making process. Um, like cotton candy, I need to look more into this, Richard. I need to look more into this. Red Bud jelly. I'm gonna look more into this. Um, so I see sediment dropped to the bottom within 2 weeks. Does that mean the yeast grew, ate, and finished? I mean, maybe. It depends on what you put in it, how long it takes. My live batches, I don't necessarily do an order, so I do whatever's ready. I could tell you there's one batch I made several months ago that's still not ready, that's still sitting there. I made a batch a few weeks ago that is halfway clear already. So it largely depends on what you put into it. So yeah, every Wednesday I'll be here, and then every Saturday about 9 a.m. I put out a brand new mead video that's unrelated to the Wednesdays. Those are always in a themed batch. Right now I'm making meads in one of 3 categories. Last week we did this amazing Irish Mule Mead for our holiday series. This was for your St. Patrick's Day. This was a lot of fun. If you ever had an Irish Mule, drink it in the little copper cup. This is its mead version. It does have some whiskey in it, so be careful. The week before that, I'm really proud of this one. I made this roasted malt mead inspired by my pop culture series. This was inspired and suggested by somebody who loves Lord of the Rings. So this was inspired by Lord of the Rings, your roasted malt mead from the Hobbit singing. You've never had a beer so brown than the one we drink in our hometown, from the Green Dragon pub. So this is like a beer and honey wine hybrid. Incredibly easy to make, and it is exactly what it sounds like. It's like right in between beer and mead. You'll love it. You'll love it. Easy to make. Go check that video out. Or I'm making meads inspired by the Norse gods and goddesses. This is my latest one. This is my grapefruit cranberry mead I made off of the Norse god Njord, who is the god of the sea. This is off a cocktail, Sea Breeze cocktail. So this is grapefruit and cranberry. Also very beautiful. Look at that. Look at it. It's beautiful. Go check those videos out. Those videos, or those categories, will continue to rotate. This coming Saturday is another holiday mead. It is your spring equinox mead. It's a very simplistic one to make. So stay tuned this Saturday. It's a secret. I'm not going to tell you until Saturday what it is. But come back. I'll show you. And then in May, all of my categories are going to switch up. We're going to have a lot of fun. The holidays are going to continue, but I'm throwing 3 brand new categories in on top of that. So stay tuned. I can't wait to show you what I have in store. Some of it is intentionally going to be disgusting. Just saying. So come back. And I think that's all I have. Buy some t-shirts if you really want to support what I do. But if you don't have any money or you don't want a t-shirt, I'm okay with that. Just hit the like button. That's free for you on every video you see. Add some comments, share. You guys know the routine. Tell all your friends. Thank you so much for letting me be here. It's an absolute honor, and I'm so grateful I get to share my passions with you. I'll see you guys next Wednesday, but come back and see me this coming Saturday for your spring equinox mead. I'll see you then. Skull! Good night, guys. Thank you so much. It's good stuff.